Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and here come the predictions. Every year about this time, we start seeing predictions for 2022, XRP price predictions for 2022. Well, here they come. Uphold had tweeted this, and I'm not predicting anything here, folks. I take that back. I will give you my predictions. I don't do price predictions per se, but they said, place your predictions now. What will XRP hit in 2022? Well, I don't care if you're a chart person. I don't care who you are on this planet Earth. Unless you have a time machine, I don't think you could predict anything. But here's what I will tell you. I do predict a resolution happening that's just paying attention and to what a lot of these attorneys are saying and what the way court cases unfold, listening to Jeremy Hogan and talking about the process and how things work as far as the scheduling and all that, James Flynn stuff. So what I will tell you is I think there's going to be some kind of resolution to this lawsuit. I do not believe that the SEC, it's crazy that because Ripple is a global company, XRP is a global thing, it's decentralized, you can't put it back in the bottle. So the SEC case does not end XRP and it does not end Ripple, okay? Once you accept that fact, this thing's going to be resolved this year, probably 2022. I'm assuming it's going to be resolved in 2022. We could be surprised it could be resolved in the next day. I don't know. But my prediction is that it'll probably be resolved somewhere in 2022. And when that happens, if the skies are blue, if we have clarity, there's not any prices on this list. None of them are impossible, in my opinion. Well, I haven't looked through all of them. $100, I don't think that's impossible. $5.89. I'm not even going to comment on that. But $13, no, not impossible. $12, $50, $80 to $100, not impossible. $105, not impossible. $100 plus, in my opinion, not impossible in any way. Not if this is a global bridge currency. No way, no how is that impossible. Okay, moving along. Now, I mentioned it briefly yesterday, and I meant to bring this up, and by the way, I am not being paid to tell you about, I don't accept any money to tell you about tokens, period. But I'm certainly not being paid to tell you about the solo airdrop. And look, that's not to say that I'm not off. I bet you I bet I get at least 1 to 10 emails a week asking me to promote a coin for payment. And I don't do it because I know what that comes with. Getting paid in a coin to promote a coin, that's begging for somebody like the SEC to come knocking at your door. So I'm telling you about this because I had lunch with somebody yesterday and they were telling me about the solo airdrop. And to be honest, sometimes I would participate, like the Flare thing, but I haven't really been that aggressively trying to participate in these things. But what I wanted to tell you is that the way it's going to work is on Christmas Eve, they're going to do the snapshot. But you have to have your XRP in a certain location, and there's different ways to do it. One way is Solo has their own wallet, and you're going to get 0.013 Solo for every XRP that's in that wallet. But what most people are doing, and probably the safest way to do it, and I haven't talked about it much in a while, is these Ledger hard wallets. Now, I don't know if you'll have time to get a Ledger hard wallet to you. Probably wouldn't have time to get it to you before this particular airdrop, but other airdrops, people are using the Ledger Nano S's and the Ledger X in order to participate in various airdrops. And so for that reason, I'm gonna put the link to this in the description. Plus, it's Christmas. And or late Christmas present. Nano X is $119. The Nano S which is what I have used in the past, is $59. Then they also have bundles like a family pack, which is an X or three Nano S's maybe, $139. So I'll put a link to this. Then Ledger is also about to come out with a debit card that's linked to the ledgers as well. So good stuff. Moving along. This is a monster, folks. This right here is a monster. Huge, big time, massive stuff right here. This is explosive news. Okay, that sounds like a thumbnail. Explosive news. All right. Craig DeWitt is with Ripple. I met Craig DeWitt when I went to Singapore. Very nice guy, good looking guy, 6'4". He came up and went out of his way to come talk to me. I was glad to meet him. He says, proud to share I've been selected as Vice Chair, U.S. Faster Payments Council for Cross-Border Payments, investigating CBDCs and the best-in-class technologies to make them possible. Some big industry players, including Ripple, involved. More to come. Folks, this is a big deal. These are the players in the game. These are the people that are on the board of directors at the Faster Payments Council. Let's see if you recognize any names. Microsoft, Walmart, BNY Mellon, Visa, MasterCard, the Clearinghouse, Fiserv, JP Morgan. This is a big deal, folks. This is a game changer. Ashish Birla decided that he was going to retweet it. He's in the Faster Payment rodeo now. I like the sound of that. Then, this reminded me for some reason a while back, this was back in 2018, Ripple had tweeted this out. Payments Canada. This was Ashish Birla speaking at Payments Canada. And all of you will remember when Corey Johnson, who was the spokesperson for Ripple back in 2018-19 area, he said he took a picture of him shaking the hand. Somebody took a picture of him shaking hands with the Prime Minister of Canada, and he tweeted it out and said, "This matters." Well, I'm here to tell you, folks, this matters. And I would put it in All the World's a Stage file, too. Okay, I would also put this in the All the World's a Stage file. I was watching a video. I didn't mention on the show yesterday, but there was an article going around where Justin Sun of Tron was leaving Tron to go accept a job somewhere. Man, if there's anybody who is a red flag for being investigated, that guy is. Here's a guy who put Tron out there, has become a billionaire off of Tron, has all this. This guy's he's been telling everybody about all the things Tron's going to do. And now, before the price does anything significant and before anything significant happens, this guy leaves as a billionaire. Man, it's got a bad smell to it. I'm not saying he did anything illegal. I'm just saying it's got a bad smell to it, folks. That one wouldn't sit well with me if I was a Tron holder, which I am not. But this was a slide from back in 2014, and the reason I brought Tron up is this is a slide from 2014 from a speech that was being given by Justin Sun, because at the time he worked for Ripple. A lot of people don't know that. Well, this was a slide, I was watching it, and Perkins Coie, that's Lowell Ness's firm. Lowell Ness is the guy that worked on the Ethereum free pass safe harbor memo. And these guys, now this may have been just that they were companies have a lot of law firms over time. May just be that they were an advisor for Ripple in the early days. Who knows? All right, moving along. From Michael at VAL5 Links. Go give Michael a follow. This guy is let me see how many followers Michael has. He should have a lot. He should have a lot more than that. This guy's one of the guys who's been working his butt off in the XRP space for a long time. He deserves to have 200,000 followers. Tokyo's biggest FinServ firm, SBI, will now allow general Japanese investors to purchase cryptocurrencies via its newly launched crypto asset fund. I tell you what, if all the current events weren't going on, I have a mind to hop a plane and fly to Japan to see what kind of investments that I could get in on over in Japan, because these guys get it. And by the way, folks, did you know that Ripple and Brad Garlinghouse are huge in Asia, Japan, and Korea? Listen, this is a video from a while back. I ran across this when I was doing some research this morning. I thought it was funny. They're treating Brad Garlinghouse like he's the Beatles.
Traditional financial institutions today solve the cross-border payment problem by pre-funding accounts. They move money by sending dollars or moving yuan and having those pre-funded to those existing pools of liquidity.
So Brad Garlinghouse and Ripple are huge in Korea and Asia. Now, you got to see this, folks. I saw this video of Elizabeth Warren getting off a private jet. Now, this is an older video, but what I did to the video makes it great. It was a good video because I think she is a 1,000% hypocrite. These people, this is one of my pet peeves, folks. And look, I'm not even weighing in on climate change and all this stuff or carbon emissions. I'm not even weighing in on it political. That's not my point. It doesn't matter whether you think that's a thing or not. That's not relevant here. What's relevant is don't go on the news and talk, and don't go to the nearest microphone every chance you get and talk about how you care about carbon emission and global warming and all this stuff while you go and hop on a freaking private jet. That's way too hypocritical, folks. If you're gonna preach it, then you need to live it, folks. And that's the way I see it. These people like her that have, I don't know about her, but I know some of these people, they have 2 and 3 and 4 mansions that are putting out more carbon emissions than your average person listening to my voice does in 3 lifetimes. And they're cruising around on private jets while they're telling you that you shouldn't drive SUVs or whatever is total baloney, okay? That is baloney, and they should be called out. So what I did, now, and I'm not showing this for political purposes. I'm showing this. I'm calling Elizabeth Warren out for a simple reason, because it relates to crypto for us. She is one of the ones that's propping Gary Gensler up. She's his buddy. She's one of the ones that's going after crypto. Same woman that's helping Gary Gensler go after the crypto industry. Same woman who grilled Jay Clayton on his ties to Goldman Sachs when he was having when he was in front of Congress, when he had been nominated to be the SEC commissioner. She went after him about his ties to Goldman Sachs, and she was right. He had all kinds of conflicts of interest and was going to have to recuse himself against all the people that his law firm represented, like Goldman Sachs. So he was going to have to recuse himself, and she was making the correct point, which was, why are we putting somebody in the SEC who's got to recuse themselves anytime someone that could be doing wrongdoing on Wall Street? We're putting a guy who was with a law firm that represented all these people on Wall Street, and he can't even do his job. Why would we put somebody like that in place? Well, there's really only one reason you would. I think we all know that. But she was rightfully so going after him about that. But the problem is that she speaks out of 2 sides of her mouth. She went after him because he was appointed by her political opponent, like a Republican or Trump or whoever. But when Gary Gensler went up there, he was with Goldman Sachs for 18 years. He's got the same conflict. She didn't say word one about it when Gary Gensler's up there. And now at the same time, she's not going after Jay Clayton. She hasn't said a peep about all the stuff. And believe you me, she sees it. She knows it's going on. She hasn't seen a peep about the Jay Clayton and the SEC and everything we've been saying. And the reason she's not is because it might hurt old Gary. It has to be the reason. She doesn't want to mess with Gary's racket over there at the SEC. So, and I made the point, they think the rules don't apply to them. Now, you've heard what I have to say, but really her own words and her getting off the private jet will speak for itself, I think.
There are a lot of ways that we try to change our energy consumption and our pollution. And God bless all of those ways. Some of it is with light bulbs, some of it is on straws, some of it, is on cheeseburgers, right? There are a lot of different pieces to this. And I get that people are trying to find the part that they can work on and what can they do. And I'm in favor of that. And I'm going to help and I'm going to support. But understand, this is exactly what the fossil fuel industry hopes we're all talking about. That's what they want us to talk about. This is your problem. They want to be able to stir up a lot of controversy around your light bulbs, around your straws, and around your cheeseburgers. When 70% of the pollution, of the carbon that we're throwing into the air comes from 3 industries, and we can set our targets and say by 2028, 2030, and 2035, no more. Think about that. There are a lot of ways.
And I was able to find another Elizabeth Warren gem. In this clip, she's attacking some guys at the Federal Reserve that she thinks there needs to be an investigation because she's calling it insider trading. And so I agree with her. She says in this clip that she's concerned about a culture of corruption. Well, I agree with her. And I tagged on another video on the end of it to make the point.
I am concerned about a culture of corruption. When we find out that there have been 3 different high officials at the Federal Reserve who have engaged in practices that may be a violation of law, but certainly undermine the public's confidence about whether they are acting to line their own pockets or on behalf of the American people, that's a real problem.
After departing the SEC, all 3 of these guys returned to their original law firms as if nothing happened. But something did happen. Corruption. They were meeting, remember this, they were meeting with their previous clients while at the SEC. Clients with very strong interests in outcomes that they ruled over in their government posts. Hinman even continued to earn $15 million from his previous law firm the whole 3 years he was at the SEC. You're either a horrible lawyer who can't see the conflict of interest, or you don't care because you're horribly corrupt. So you've got the skills or the moral compass, but you can't do this and have both. And when you're pulling in $5 million a year, odds are it's not the skills they're missing. And that is the bigger story of what is going on with the SEC and Ripple. It's not about cryptocurrency. It's not about about Ripple. It is about the SEC, specifically corruption and regulatory capture. This is something that's so much more important than just finance and business and cryptocurrency. This is something that really affects every American.
Exactly. So what I told her is, where are you now? Investigate the SEC, Gary Gensler, Jay Clayton, William Hinman. Don't pretend you are for the little guy and Americans only when it suits you politically, because that's what she's doing. She's not weighing in at all. Then I showed you this yesterday. JP Morgan had been fined like 100 and something million. And I said, until someone goes to SEC's bragging about how they got 100 and something million out of JP Morgan, what we're not hearing, how much money did JP Morgan make in the whole thing? You see how this works? And I said, until someone goes to jail, they'll keep doing it. But I think that the SEC knows that. They just want the money. Now, this could be a copyright hit. We're going to find out because it's worth watching. Watch this.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
That's great. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that Brad Garlinghouse said we need to flip the switch.